Right, this is part two. Yeah, they're all gonna be like, "Oh man, I wish I could be in that Great Escape movie." You know what I'm saying? They're gonna wish that, but they can't obviously. Yeah, the Great Escape actors when they see their unique trailers, when their unique trailer drops, holy shit! It's so cool seeing Ian Reed in a kickback and relaxing romance movie. Ian Reed are lovers. You see KJ Apple, you see Zendaya if she's chosen, obviously. You see VJ's crazy mother. Holy shit, that romance movie looks sick. Keanu Reeves and Ben Affleck have that shit for his. Oh man, I wish I could be in that romance story, but they're not good for the movie at all. But even then, they know they're not good for their unique. But even then, they're still gonna beg. Yeah, you're gonna see Ben Affleck, Scarlett Johansson, because guaranteed they're gonna ask you, "I Vijay, what movie are you doing next?" I don't know. Me and Vijay are gonna kick back and relax and film this romance story in Vancouver. Oh, yeah. What's the story about? They already know. They saw my videos. Oh, I don't know. It's about me and VJ. Obviously, we what we it's start the movie starts off. It's the first day of junior high, obviously, and you get the story of us as kids when we meet our friend our best friends when we're kids, and we make a pact. Nothing will ever separate our friendship. It transfers a couple 20 some years later, and our best friends and VJ's family end up betraying us, and they do it and we fall in love, obviously. They do whatever they can to prevent the relationship from happening. Oh, I mean, that sounds like a sick movie. Yeah, and VJ runs away with me at the end of the movie. Ivan, that sounds like a masterpiece, Ivan. Ivan, you're creative, man. You have some good ideas for your movie. I'm like, yeah. Holy shit, sounds like a movie. Could I hear that movie? I'm like, no, guys, you're not good for their unique. Yeah, man. You know, I see Keanu Reeves and Scott Johansson. Hey, Ivan, can I be in that movie, Ivan? You know what I'm saying? And Ivan, that movie, Ivan, I'm like, no, guys, you're not good for fucking their unique, man. The reason why they want to be my movie because they'd rather work with me. My company's Brand Hollywood. They experience the high tech technology of my jet with the GPS. Remember Incredibles? That high tech jet? Yeah, I'm gonna own a high tech like $100 million jet, man. $100 million jet's unheard of. And I might even renovate it. I might put $100 million towards my jet and put another like $30 million towards renovations and pimp out the jet. I can do that if you want. I'm gonna get a nice $100 million jet, a $60 million jet. Before I said 70-30, no, I'll get like $100 million because I know I'm gonna make a lot of money off my movie. We can get a more expensive jet. Get a nice $100 million jet, and a nice $30 million, $60 million jet, a nice $50 million yacht. The experience my luxury yacht, my luxury jet, a high tech $300 million condo. You know what I'm saying? With GPS, automatic doors. Yeah, something high tech like Ben Affleck's house in Justice League, and Tony Stark's house in Iron Man. Yeah. The experience my advanced payment system, my nice studio office. Yeah, my company's buried in Hollywood, man. Holy shit, Ivan's company's buried in Hollywood. Yeah, it's buried in Hollywood. That's why what? And I pay them more money than what Hollywood pays them on average. You know what I'm saying? As Ben Affleck, when he goes back to Hollywood, chances are he'll bargain for his $20 million. They'll pay him $20 million for his movies, and they might give him a piece of the profits, and he makes like maybe $40 million for the movie. But chances are he'll bargain for his $15-20 million, 25, $30 million he'll bargain for the movies, and that's it, man. Keanu Reeves can bargain for his, but Ben Affleck and Scarlett Johansson are already big actors, and they can bargain for their rich salaries, their $15-20 million salaries. Those actors. So I'm saying, yeah, they know my company's better than Hollywood. They know my company pays more in Hollywood too. As Ben Affleck and them striked it rich for my company. They made their like I don't know. They made their $80 million for my movie with the royalties. They made their 46.5, 47.5, and they made like $30 million in profits in royalties, 25 million in royalties, 30 million in royalties, 35 million in royalties they made. You see what I'm saying? $30 million in royalties they made, $28 million in royalties. Yeah, I mean, they made more money from my movie than they're ever gonna make in Hollywood. You see what I'm saying? They made more money in my movie than what they even made in Hollywood. That's why what? They're gonna beg, obviously. You're Ivan, man, can I be in their unique movie, man? I'm like, no, guys, you're not good for that romance movie. You know, see Johnson said, see Paul Bettany begging, hey, Ivan, man, can I be in your next movie, your their unique movie, Ivan? I'm like, no, guys, you're not good for that movie at all. Oh my god. They're not good for the Grace movie at all, for their unique at all, man. See what I'm saying? Yeah, my company blows hard. Hence why you're going to see all the Lord of the Rings actors networking with Andy Serkis. You're gonna see all the Star Wars actors narrating with John Boyega and Andy Serkis. It looks something crazy, man. You're gonna see all the Victorious actors narrating with Yvonne Joje. You're gonna see all the all the B-list actors in Hollywood networking with guys like Yvonne Joji and John Boyega. That's me crazy. You're gonna see all the biggest actors in Hollywood who do television and independent movies. You're gonna see them all networking with John Boyega, Yvonne Joji, and Danielle Manette, and Ariana Grande. It looks me crazy, man. Whereas the A-list actors are all going to network with the A-list actors chosen for my movie, as well as the B-list actors too. They're going to network with all of them. But the chances are they're going to network with the A-listers, because the A-listers you're going to see the A-list actors networking with guys like Don Cheadle, Andy Serkis, because they're all A-list actors. Don Cheadle, Andy Serkis, Djimon Hounsou, the actor for Queen Sarah. You're going to see the A-list actors networking with those 4 people, man. It's been crazy. They're going to network with all, because those guys are all A-list actors. You're going to see the A-list actors networking with all those guys. I told you, none of them are going to give word, because those same actors brush them aside, or they would brush them aside. You see what I'm saying here? Some of those actors brush them aside, hence they're not going to give word, man. Don Cheadle's not going to give Chris Hemsworth word. He's not going to give Scarlett Johansson word. He's not going to give Robert Downey Jr. word. He's not going to give Benjamin Cumberbatch word. He's not going to give Chris Pratt word, because those guys all brush him aside. That's why what? Don Cheadle's not going to give word. You see what I'm saying? You're going to see Chris Hemsworth, hey, Don, man. You know what I'm saying? You're fucking lucky. You get to be an ISU. You know, hey, man, can you give Iron Visa a good word about me, man? You know what I'm saying? We did what? We did Avengers together. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to work. He's not going to give word, obviously. Hey, man, can you please give Iron Visa a word on me? I really want to be this movie, man. Please. Yeah, don't worry about giving word. He doesn't give word. He's not going to give word, man. Because Chris Hemsworth guaranteed Don Cheadle network with Chris Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth brushed him aside. Yeah. Because Chris Hemsworth is a bigger A-list actor. Don Cheadle is not a bigger A-list actor. He's a small A-list actor. Right? Don Cheadle, he lands big budget movie roles, but like he probably struggles a little bit. He probably lands many big budget roles every 1 to 2 years. Whereas Chris Hemsworth, you see him landing big budget movie roles like a couple movies every year, man. Extraction, he did Thor: Love and Thunder. You see him landing all these big budget movies, obviously. He did Men in Black a couple years ago. Like, he's landing all these big budget movie roles every year. He's a bigger ace actor. Whereas Don Cheadle, you don't see him landing the kind of roles the way Chris Hemsworth lands. He lands big budget movie roles, but he's a small ace actor. He struggles a little bit. Whereas Chris Hemsworth lands roles with ease. Yeah, man, I'm not giving you word. Like, you're bigger than me, obviously. You land your big budget movie roles with ease. You can bargain for your $20 million, Chris Hemsworth. With me, I can only bargain for my $3-4 million for my movie. I'm not giving you word, yeah. And now that I'm going to be in the Ivy's movie, you're panicking. You're scared I'm going to be bigger than you, and now you're panicking and you want what? You want to be in the Ivy's movie, yeah. Yeah, but the reason why these actors are not going to give word, 2 reasons. They don't want these actors rising their level, obviously. They don't want these actors to be world famous, and they don't want these actors to be saved, to be the lucky chosen 2 also, because they know they're lucky chosen one for my movie. They don't want these actors to be the lucky chosen one and being saved and experience that glory for Ryan and VJ's movie. They know they're the lucky ones. That's why they don't want these actors being lucky like them. That's why they're not going to give word. Look, man, if you guys have to send your reels, if you're chosen, you're chosen. If you're not, that's too bad. I'm not going to make it easy for you and give Ryan and VJ word. No. You brush me aside, I'm not giving you word either. Because in Hollywood, they're all selfish. And so those bigger A-listers, they all get what they deserve, obviously, as they all brush these very same actors aside. See what I'm saying? Huh? You're going to see Tom Hanks, Emma Watson networking with, most likely networking with John Boyega too. You're going to see Tom Hanks, hey, John, man. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be an IMV movie. Hey, man, can you give IMV a good word about me? And John's like, yeah, don't worry about giving word. He's not going to give word. I'm not giving you word. When I was in the circle, you brushed me aside. You, Tom Hanks, you don't struggle getting roles. You can negotiate for your rich 20, 15, 25, $3 million salary. You know what I'm saying? You land big budget roles with ease, obviously. Because I'm struggling my ass off to get a big budget movie role. I asked you for word. You didn't give any producers word. Hence, I'm not giving IMVJ word either. They might even ask. They're gonna the actors are most likely gonna ask the actors, hey, can you give IMVJ word or can you give the team word? Hey, man, can you give the team word? Can you give Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni a good word about me, man? Because they know that they're my casting directors. Hey, can you give Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni a good word about me? Can you give the team a good word? Yeah, can you please give a good word to the team? You know what I'm saying? Give a good word to IMVJ. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll give them word. They don't give word. They're not going to give word at all. Like, I'm not giving you word. You brush me aside. I'm not giving you word, man. Fuck you. I'm not giving you word. All you guys brush me aside. I'm not giving you word either, man. And now that in my mind is when you're panicking because you're scared of them being bigger than you, and you're panicking. Yeah, you're panicking because you guys know your movies are side attention now, and Ivan and VJ are the main show. That's why you guys are all panicking because you know Ivan and VJ's movies are the main show. Yeah, see what I'm saying? These actors are not going to work. At the same time, these actors know I can pay them more money in Hollywood. All these actors agents, they know I can pay the actors way more money than what Hollywood pays because I'm paying you a rich salary, which pays more than Hollywood on average. I'm giving you what, a piece of the royalties. The bigger A-listers get their 0.01, 0.02, 0.03, 0.04, 0.05. I'm not going any higher than 0.05. 0.05 is like $15-16 million in royalties around there. 0.05. But 0.05 and 0.04 is rare. You got to watch it for your budget. I'm going to give them all on average 0.01, 0.02, 0.03. That's good enough. You got to watch out for your budget, man. Yeah. The only way I'll give an actor 0.05 is if the guy is big. If the guy is worth like $50+ million, I'll give him 0.04, 0.05. If he's worth under 40 to like 30 million, you give those guys 0.03, 0.02. And the ones who are worth 10, 15, 20 million, 25, 27 million, those guys you give 0.01% of the profit. That's good enough. It's like $5 million in royalties. That's a good paycheck for the small acers. They know my company can pay one Hollywood. They know my movies are bigger budget movies in Hollywood. My company blows Hollywood out of the water. Yeah, man. And that's why all the Hollywood actors, all the Hollywood directors are going to want to work for me and VJ. It's not just the actors, even the directors. Guys like Christopher Nolan, Quentin Tarantino, James Cameron, they're all going to want to work for me too. You know what I'm saying? They're all going to want to work for me, you see what I'm saying? Because they know my company's better in Hollywood, obviously. All the directors are going to want to work for me. That's why they're going to envy Peter Jackson. When they see Peter Jackson sign that contract, they're going to be like, holy shit, Peter Jackson signed a massive deal. Oh, Ivan's company blows Hollywood out of the water, man. Peter Jackson signed his massive $340 million deal. You know what I'm saying? $340 million deal, yeah. He's going to make his, yeah, man. If 900 million people buy my movie, Peter Jackson's going to make closer to $400 million. He'll make like $370 million around there. If 900 million, if a billion people buy it, Peter Jackson will make close to even 300 million in royalties. 280 million royalties around there, $270 million in royalties. But my guess is he'll make like 340 around there. He'll make like 240 million in royalties, Peter Jackson. And he'll make his 107 million salary. He signed a massive deal, Peter Jackson. Yeah, man. Biggest movie contract ever. Peter Jackson signed the biggest movie contract ever, even bigger than Keanu Reeves' contract for The Matrix. He signed the biggest movie contract ever. Obviously. Ivan, who will sign the biggest contracts? The biggest contracts for my movie will be Peter Jackson's contract, Keanu Reeves' contract, obviously, and Will Smith's contract, or Dwayne Johnson, or Tom Hanks. Because Will Smith, if he's in my hit movie, he's also going to sign a massive contract too. He's gonna sign a bigger contract than even Keanu Reeves. Because I'm paying Will Smith more than Keanu Reeves. I'm paying him $63 million. Whereas Keanu Reeves, I'm paying him $59.5. It's Will Smith. If Will Smith is in my hidden value movie, he will sign the biggest movie contract for an actor ever for my company. He's gonna make his $100 million in royalties. And it's like $63 million in salaries, bonuses, and merch. He's going to sign massive. Pretty much the same deal as Keanu Reeves, right? It's only like he's going to make a couple $1 million more than Keanu Reeves. Pretty much. But he'll sign a bigger contract than Keanu Reeves. But Keanu Reeves is going to sign a massive like 160, 170, even $80 million deal. Because there's a high chance maybe 800 million people buy it. If 800 million people buy it, Keanu Reeves will make more. He'll make like 110 in royalties. 120 perhaps, yeah. I mean, how much will Keanu Reeves make in royalties? My guess is about 100 million around there in royalties. He'll make, excluding his $63 million salary and bonuses and royalties. See what I'm saying? Ben Affleck then will make about 75, 80 million for the deal around there. Scarlett Johansson and Ben Affleck will make like 80, 75 million. They're making 46.5, 47.5, and then plus $30 million. Yeah, like 80 million they're going to make. 75, 25 million might make. Because The Great Escape will gross less than Zanus. So, but chances are they'll make about 30 million in royalties. Scarlett Johansson, Ben Affleck, perhaps even more, perhaps even 40. I don't know. They might even make 90 million. I don't know. But my guess is around 80 million they're gonna make. They signed a fat $80 million deal. Ben Affleck and Scarlett Johansson's fucking huge contract, man, for those guys. They signed a fat deal. My company's gonna blow high of the water, man. Hence why I'm gonna tell Ben Affleck and Scarlett Johansson and Keanu Reeves, guys, keep your contracts to yourself. Don't go bragging to John Krasinski and Paul Bettany and the other guys how much I paid you. Otherwise, they can get jealous and they can be resentment in the workplace. You know what I'm saying? So keep your lips sealed. They'll find out how much you got paid when they watch the documentary. But they're not stupid. They saw my videos. John Krasinski and Paul Bettany know Keanu Reeves are going to make more than them, obviously. But don't make it official and brag about it. Otherwise, the crewman could get pissed off. Members of my 7 team can get pissed off too. Because don't forget, my secretaries and all of them are not making as much as how much I'm paying the actors. The bigger ace actors. They're making their millions, but they're not. The only ones who are making more than the actors are Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. They're making more than the Hollywood. They're making more than Jon Favreau is making more than the Hollywood actors. He's making more than most of the Hollywood actors. He got his $34 million signing board. Because don't forget, Jon Favreau's getting his full Canadian money. That's why he's making more than the Hollywood actors. Most of them, anyways. And Dave Filoni's making more than most of the Hollywood actors too. Most of them. As the bigger ones are going to make more than Dave Filoni, obviously. The bigger ones are going to make their like 70, 80 plus $1 million for my movie. Obviously, right? Yeah. My company's going to blow hollow. Hence why I'm going to get Keanu Reeves. I know you're happy. You signed this massive, I don't know, 0.3% of profit. I don't know, $100 million worth of royalties. And you got your nice $59.5 million salary and bonuses, obviously, for my company and the merch royalties. You got your $2,000 gift card. You got your $300 gas card. I gave you a good deal. Your commercial money. Please don't go bragging. Don't even brag to Ben Affleck and them because they might get pissed off too. Because I'm paying Keanu Reeves even way more than even how much Ben Affleck and them are making. Because Ben Affleck and Scarlett Johansson are only going to make about $25 to like $40 million in royalties. Whereas Keanu Reeves is making his $100 million plus in royalties. His 95, 100 million, even 110 million in royalties he's making. He's making more than them because he's got 0.3%. And Keanu Reeves, don't go bragging to Scarlett Johansson or Ben Affleck how much I'm paying you. If they ask you, don't tell them. Tell them it's none of their business. If John Krasinski and them ask you, tell them it's none of their business. I'll wait. I have no worry about it. I won't tell them. I'm saying, yeah, please don't tell them. As I don't want them to be any workplace resentment among them. And if there's workplace resentment, chances are they might be a bit pissed off and they might not work as hard. Fuck, man, he's making more than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they might be pissed off. Even though John Krasinski and Paul Bettany signed a fat contract, it's not the kind of contract the other 3 signed. As they're making way more than them, you see what I'm saying? I don't know. Paul Bettany signed his $16 million, $17 million deal. It's a nice contract for him, obviously. It's a fat deal. John Krasinski signed his $20, $21, $22 million deal. It's a good paycheck for him. But it's not the kind of money Keanu Reeves is making in Scarlett Johansson and Ben Affleck. Because guaranteed during the second year, during the 1 year when they're staying in a luxury hotel in Vancouver, and I'm saying, and they're training with me, chances are Keanu Reeves and them are going to have a beer at the bar, obviously. When they get on the weekends off, Keanu Reeves and all them are going to have a beer at the bar, obviously, in Vancouver or in the hotel. And there's a good chance John Krasinski might ask Keanu Reeves how much Ivan's offered you. And Keanu Reeves is like, I prefer not to tell you guys. They know I paid them more, obviously, but don't tell them, man. Otherwise, if you make it official and you tell them they know how much you're making, you know what I'm saying? They can get pissed off and they can resent you and they can get envious, obviously. Holy shit, Ivan's paying Keanu Reeves way more than us, man. Keanu Reeves signed his massive, like, $160 plus million deal for Ivan's movie. He's going to strike it rich. Whereas we signed a massive deal, but we're only going to walk away with like $7-9 million in our bank. Whereas Keanu Reeves is walking away with tens of millions in his bank after taxes. Scarlett Johansson never walking with tens of millions in the bank after taxes. Whereas we're only walking away with like 7, 9 million, 10 million in our bank, which is still a fat contract, but it's not the kind of money Keanu Reeves are making, you see what I'm saying? And that's why keep your lips sealed. Do not tell John them how much. I'm going to tell the biggest actors. Hey, you guys sign your nice $2.7, $3 million deal, which is a nice contract. You don't get squat because you're a base actor. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell John Krasinski and Paul Bettany, do not tell the base actors how much I'm paying you guys. Otherwise, they can get jealous. You have this hierarchy, right? The bigger A-listers do not tell the small A-listers. The small A-listers do not tell the biggest actors and rising stars how much they're getting paid. Otherwise, all ranks of actors will get jealous, obviously. Yeah. Okay, Paul, you're happy. You signed your nice $13 million deal. I gave you 0.02% of profits. You're gonna make, I don't know, your nice $8 million in royalties. You know what I'm saying? You sign a nice 22 million deal, money that you don't make in Hollywood. Obviously, I recommend you don't tell the biggest actors how much. Do not tell the biggest actors how much I offered you. Otherwise, they can get envious and jealous. Hey, Paul Bettany, you're happy. You sign on your $16 million deal, $17 million deal, 11.5 and 0.01% of profits. You're gonna make your nice 15, 5.5, $6 million in royalties. Please, Paul, do not tell the biggest actors how much I offer you, otherwise they can get envious. Even though the biggest actors sign a nice contract, they sign a nice 2.7, $3 million deal. It's a nice contract for biggest actors. It's nothing compared to how much I'm paying guys like Paul Bettany and John Krasinski and Keanu Reeves on. You see what I'm saying? And to keep the biggest actors happy and the smallest actors happy, do not keep all your contracts to yourself. That way other people do not get mad. I'm going to tell Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, do not tell any of the actors in Hollywood or other members of your 7 team how much I offer you. Otherwise, they can get jealous and envious. Because even though the secretaries are making a lot of money, it's nothing compared to how much what. The secretaries are only going to make, I don't know, 8 to like $9 million for my movie projects. $8 to $9 million for Zanus are going to make my secretaries, which is a nice paycheck, obviously. They're going to be what? They're walking with like, I don't know, they made like $5.5 million. $5.6 million for the movie project. Rich contract, obviously, the secretaries. The other guys made their what? They made their what? Their $16 million. I don't know. They made their $8 million for the 4 years, with their bonuses, obviously. Their bonuses, obviously, excluding their bonuses, obviously, and they made an extra like $7-8 million in royalties. And so they made a good $16 million. $17 million for the 4 years. It's a lot of money. They're walking away, I don't know, $9 million richer. They made a good $9 million over taxes. The other three. A lot of money, obviously. Rich contract, but it's nothing compared to how much Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are making. As Dave Filoni's going to make his like 33, 35, 38, $40 million in royalties with his 15 bonus and his rich yearly salary. Jon Favreau got his $34 million signing bonus. He got his what? He got his rich yearly salary, and he took home 0.2% of the profits, which is like 66 to $70 million, 66 to like $70 million in royalties. And Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are going to live in Canada, hence they get their full Canadian money, man. Obviously, but don't forget the royalties that I'm paying them will be taxed, obviously, because the money I'm paying them is their personal money. You have to tax that, obviously. You have to pay their taxes. For $70 million after taxes is $42 million. So Jon Favreau will walk away with $42 million, excluding his bonus and his. Ivan, how much will John make for Zanus? For Zanus, Jon Favreau, I'm estimating he'll make approximately around. He made $50 million. He's making about $50 million for the 4 years of Zanus, and he made $70 million. So Jon Favreau will make about $120 million for Zanus. Fucking rich contract. Yeah, $120 million after taxes is what? You do the math. It's $80 million. Jon Favreau will make $80 million. He'll have $80 million in his bank after Zanus. Fat contract Jon Favreau signed. Yeah, it's a huge, massive deal. But even though with the amount of money, that's why I'm with John. I know you're the boss of my company. You're happy. You know what I'm saying? You signed your massive deal. You're happy. You're gonna live the dream style life with your family. Obviously, in Vancouver, you can buy your nice 10-minute house, buy your nice cars. Jon Favreau can even buy his own jet. Because I'm now giving him a piece of profits, there's a high chance he will buy his own jet. High chance Jon Favreau might buy his own like $18 million jet or something like that. He might buy his own jet for his vacations. Hey, Jon Favreau, hey John, if you buy your own jet, you're more than welcome to park your jet in my property if you want. John, if you want to buy your own like $18 million jet, you're more than welcome to park your jet in my property. Now, because high chance he might buy his own jet, once Jon Favreau gets used to flying privately with me and VJ, he's gonna be like, fuck him, I'm gonna buy my own jet. I don't want to fucking fly commercial. He buys his own jet for him and his family, and he flies privately like me and VJ too. Easy, he'll be able to. If you're making $20 million, easy buy your own jet, a nice cheaper jet, an $18 million jet he can buy, $17 million jet he can buy. He might buy his own jet, yeah. Yeah, okay, John, you're happy, you know what I'm saying? Please, John, if the other 5 ask you how much I'm paying you, don't tell them, as they can get very envious, as you're making way more than the other 5. The other 5 have signed a fat deal The secondaries are making their rich $1 million salary. They're making their $300,000 signing bonus. The other guys are making a $2 million salary. They're making their $500,000 signing bonus. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna make their nice, I don't know, $8 million royalties. So it's like $60 million they're making. It's a lot of money, obviously. They walk away. The lawyer, accountant, and what? And legal advisor are all gonna walk away with like a $9 million after taxes around there. $9 to $10 million after taxes are walking away with after Movie Project. They're rich, obviously. So they made a good, like, I don't know, $50 million during the 5 movies. Hence why I will not give them a retirement package. And the secondaries are going to make their nice like $5.5 million after taxes, with the royalties and their salary. They're all rich, obviously, and they made their what? They made their $25 million during the 5 movies. They made a lot of money. Hence why I'm no longer giving them a retirement package. They won't need it. Because I'm not giving you a piece of royalties, I'm not giving you a retirement package. The only people who get a retirement package are the head chefs, the photographers, and graphic designers, on them, because those guys are not getting a piece of royalties. Hence why those guys will give them a retirement package. $200,000 retirement. That's good. That's good for them, for the chefs. So if Eric Chong's hired, he gets this nice $200,000 retirement package. There's a high chance the photographers and head chefs might get greedy. And they might, hey, I'm already gonna get a piece of the royalties, my guys. You're fucking what? You're not as big as the Hollywood actors. I'm not giving you shit. I'll pay you a rich salary. That's it. You're not getting a piece of the royalties. You're not worth it, man. But I'll give you a nice $150,000, $200,000 retirement package, which is nice for the head chefs and photographers. It's a nice retirement package, obviously. I went to John, please do not tell, because there's a high chance Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are going to be hanging out with the other 5 a lot at the bar. They might have parties at their house. There's a high chance they're going to have parties at their house, and they might invite other members of the 17 to their house. Chances are the 17 might ask them how much Ivan. Hey Ivan, they're sitting at the bar. Yeah, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni have a beer with the other 5. You know what I'm saying? They ask him, hey John, how much is Ivan paying you, man? They already know. They saw my videos, obviously, but they want to know. They're curious. You know, so I wonder how much Ivan's paying fucking Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. They're the co-CEOs of his company. How much is he paying them? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I signed a good deal. You know what I'm saying? Guys, tell me, man, how much is Ivan paying you, man? And John's like, I prefer not to tell you. It's none of your business. You know what I'm saying, and like, all right, we want to know, man, how much is paying you? No, guys, I'm not going to tell you. It's none of your business, man. Just know that we all just know that we're all going to make a lot of money in this together. You know what I'm saying? You keep them happy. Okay, fine, yeah, good. Do not tell them, as the other 5 can get resentment. They can get pissed off. Holy shit! Even though Ivan gave us a good deal, man, like John's making way more than us. He signed his massive like $20 million deal for Zanus, for the Zanus movie. We only signed like an 8, 9, $16 million deal. And Jon Favreau signed his massive $120 million deal. Dave Filoni signed his massive what? He signed his massive like $60, $50 million deal. Dave Filoni. We're only making like $16 million. So even though the secondaries are making a lot of money, it's nothing compared to how much Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are making. You know what I'm saying? They can get envious, and then they can resent them and all. So that's why I'm gonna tell John, you're happy. You sign this nice contract. Dave Filoni, you sign this nice contract. I'm gonna take you out to a nice dinner in Vancouver and Boston Pizza, obviously. And what? And we'll celebrate, obviously. Part of my condo. Do not tell the other 5 how much I'm paying you. You can look, man. I'm not gonna babysit you. You have freedom of speech. You can tell them if you want to, but I recommend you don't. Otherwise, there can be workplace resentment. Because now all the other 5 know I'm paying John them way more money, and they can get pissed off about that. They can envy them. You know what I'm saying? They can envy them, obviously. But even then, they'll still be those. You know what I'm saying? But I told you they signed it. The secretaries and the other 3 signed such a good deal that they can even afford to get like Lamborghinis and Ferraris. If you get a nice $5 million, $8 million royalty check, you can easily get your own Ferrari and your own, which they most likely will. All members of my 7 team are most likely going to get a Ferrari and a Lamborghini. They're all going to get those high-end cars. You know, I don't know. The 7 team get the royalty check. You know what I'm saying? And for the Zanus movie project, I see them pulling up in their Lamborghini and Porsche. They buy like a $100,000 Porsche, a $200,000 Ferrari. Holy shit, you bought a Lamborghini? Yeah, I bought my own Lamborghini. You know what I'm saying? Holy shit, nice car. But I guarantee Jon Favreau and them are going to listen to me. I guarantee they're going to end up leasing their cars. Yeah, I'm going to listen to your advice. I'm going to lease my cars. Yeah, it's better to lease your cars. You drive it for a good 4 or 5 years, and after that you return it. You can lease another set of cars. It's easier that way. Whereas when you buy cars, you have to what? it's yours obviously, but after like 8 years, you're gonna get tired of it, and you're gonna want to buy a new car, and you either have to get rid of your old car or sell it. It's annoying. Hence why it's better to just lease your cars. You see what I'm saying? It's very annoying. Yeah, man. Hence why the 17 are gonna be living that life with me, VJ, man. The amazing life. As Jon Favreau will be making more than most of the actors in Hollywood. The only ones who are going to make more than Jon Favreau are the really really big ones. So guys like Will Smith, Keanu Reeves, on they signed an even bigger deal than even Jon Favreau. But Jon Favreau was making more than like 90%, 95, 99% of all the actors who are going to be in my movie. He's making a lot of money. Dave Filoni's making more than like 50% of all the actors in my movie, 60% of all the actors I'm signing. But some of them are going to make more than Dave Filoni. Like guys like Scarlett Johansson and Affleck are going to make more than Dave Filoni. Because I'm paying them Dave Filoni, he's only making his $2.22 million yearly salary. And he got his $15 million signing bonus, obviously, but he got his nice 0.1%, which is like he's going to make on average $25-30 million for my movies, and $30 plus million in royalties for my movies. Right? You see what I'm saying here? And Dave Filoni was something, Ivan, it's a deal. I'm saying you're very generous. I'm saying Jon Favreau, Ivan, it's a deal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you gave me a good deal. And if Jon Favreau gets greedy and he wants like 1% like John, like you're not even worth. You guys are not even worth my royalties. I'm just nice enough to give you a piece of the pie. That way you're more invested in my company. If you give your 7 team a piece of the royalties, they're now invested in your company. Because they're sharing, they're sharing in your success. They're sharing in your wealth. You see what I'm saying? They're more invested. The moment you give them a piece of the royalties, they're now more invested in your movie. Because you're sharing. I'm sharing a tiny piece. Well, me and VJ are taking all the money, obviously. I'm sharing a tiny piece. I'm sharing a tiny piece of the wealth with my 17 and the actors. Hence why they're going to be more invested in your movie. You see what I'm saying? If I told you, like, I'm not, high chance Jon Favreau might get greedy, and he might get cocky and try and get 1%. I'm like, John, man, if you think I'm going to give you 1%, you're crazy. You're not worth that. You're not even worth my royalties. I'm just nice enough to give you a piece of the royalties. That way you work harder for me. And because Jon Favreau is going to be the boss of your company, and he's going to be your co-CEO, he's going to be a big studio exec for your company, you need to pay him an unheard of money. Pay him even more money than how much the CEOs make in Hollywood. CEOs in Hollywood do not make $120 million. No, they make like 50, 30 million, 25, $30 million a year around there they make. And Jon Favreau made his $120 million for Zanus around there. He's making more than how much the CEOs in Hollywood are making, man. Yeah, man. He's making more than Bob Chapek. He's making more than David Zaslav. He's making more than Ann Sarnoff. He's making more than Walter Hamada. He's making more than all those CEOs. He's making a lot of money, Jon Favreau. Taking home 0.2% of the profits, guys. That's like $7 million in royalties. It's a nice